Yo, what's up? Today we're making a future funk track. Future funk is a subgenre that emerged from the vaporwave scene back in the summer of 2012. Both genres rely heavily on the use of samples from yesteryear, but while vaporwave tends to chill you out by slowing down samples, future funk focuses on making upbeat, danceable tunes by speeding up samples, usually to the magical tempo of 128 BPM. Many songs of this genre actually use a lot of effects and techniques typically found in DJing. For example, EQ filtering, looping, tape stops, beat juggling, and most importantly, blending, taking two elements of two songs and then blending them together. Most future funk songs grab inspiration from 80s city pop and funk tracks and blends them with elements of house, similar to French house. Basically, future funk combines old school upbeat dance songs and fuses them with new school upbeat dance songs. It's also accompanied with some sweet aesthetic videos of old anime, so that's pretty cool. There are hundreds and thousands of songs to choose from when searching for samples, and YouTube is a great place to find hidden gems. I usually just type in 80s funk samples or 80s city pop Japan or something along those lines and just listen to the songs in the playlist. Finding a good sample is crucial for your future funk song, so take your time, look around, and find something that catches your ear. The song I ended up using actually isn't even an 80s Japanese city pop song. The song is called Lady by Yubin, and it is a Korean pop song that came out earlier this year, but it's heavily inspired by the 80s pop scene, so I figured it would work just as good. Also know that when you're working with samples, it's important to find the BPM of the song so it'll fit in with metronome in FL Studio. To get the BPM, I like to use the program Virtual DJ, or if you're using FL Studio, you can use the tap tempo feature, but it won't always be accurate. Once you get your sample, bring it into FL Studio. Take a 4-measure part that you want to use and then try to find the spot where the song loops, and then just listen until you can hear the loop seamlessly. Once you find that spot, right-click the top left of the sample, press Fit to Tempo, and then put it to the project's tempo. Now the song won't change pitch when we stretch it. Now we can speed up the sample to match the BPM in FL Studio. Samples can be tough to work with, so you might have to adjust it accordingly. I use Kickstart to sidechain the kicks out because I want to add my own drums, and I put a small reverb on it. I also made a clone of the sample and then low-passed it so I could use it as an underlying bass throughout the song. I'm using typical house drums with a punchy kick, a clap and a snare, and a syncopated hi-hat, and then I made this pattern. The most complex part about the drums was the kick. I added some accented kicks every 4 bars and then lowered the velocity on them so they don't hit as hard. I also compressed the kicks with a limiter and added a high-pass filter and Fruity Free filter and made this automation for later build-ups in the track. And finally, I used this percussive loop to fill in some of the emptiness. I put a bunch of effects on the master channel and then made automations with all of them so I can control when the effects happen throughout the song. I used a flanger with gross beat, a high pass filter with Fruity Free filter, the free plugin Tape Stop by D Blue to make, well, tape stops. A starter pattern from Gross Beat. And the pattern control low pass preset from Fruity Love filter. And finally, with the slice tool, I went through the sample and then found parts that I could chop and screw.